find it. I gotta talk to somebody. Let's see what it.
The early members
Shout out to the one that's
was
in the
also
chat.
Rudolph
Hey,
Steiner.
hey, OG, what's
Rudolph
up?
Steiner comes up later, and
How you doing?
with people like the American
What's
Bookstore
going on
League
with you
and
tonight?
Margaret Sanger.
Thanks for
Rudolph
stopping
Steiner
in.
worked directly with the not
I'm
only
on
the
one.
Gestapo but with
Really
the
on one. Shout out to you. Who I had came on earlier, and I decided I needed to go and read and do a little more research before I really come in with what I'm coming with. Yeah, who is really these slaves? Who is really these people? I wish I had some help, but it's all right because everybody know who the hell they are. I'm convinced. Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm gonna come off the camera, but I'm very much convinced that everybody know who the hell they are because they've been playing this game too long. Okay, so I'm gonna read from the writing because everybody got the same information I got, but ain't nobody want to talk about it. Ain't nobody want to put it out there. Everybody want to keep talking over shit. I mean, it don't make no sense. Ain't nobody talking about doing nothing. Everybody trying to find out what everybody else doing. What is you gonna do about your own present situation? So I'm gonna start with something I was watching, because everybody about this religion, about all this here, all this madness that have brought us into the place where we find ourselves today. So I'm finna turn this around because I want to share something. Let's go. Let's see.
the members out of Germany with Adolf Hitler to eradicate or unalive the
Share the
Jews
live out, y'all. You know I don't
in
have that
Germany.
many
This
people.
Rudolph
It's
Steiner.
all good. I'm just gonna
What
hang
is?
out a little while.
He the
Couldn't
founder
go to
of
sleep with it in me. Couldn't go to sleep with this in
Society.
me.
Albert Pike, we know about Albert Pike.
11 was. Shout out to
One
my
of the individuals
grandson.
of the Morris Dolphin, and mainly
Let's
Pete
see what
Hall.
we're
He
looking
is
like.
the credit for writing most of the rituals that the Masonic orders use.
Let's see what my screen looking like.
And leading Masonic historian and founder of Philosophical Society. It says to read
Now
the
that's
Moorish
old
American
right there.
Prophet,
Still up here.
Noble Juali by Professor Raven Day.
Hold on
You
here,
guys
made
gotta write
this
that
thing
down.
private.
Now we're about to go into Noble
I'm
Juali
still showing.
and some of the other sacred brotherhoods and cryptic or encrypted. I'm trying.
Thing's supposed to be private.
Everything is. I'm gonna bring you on live so you can start saying it with me. Theo. So fuck call.
I thought private mean it won't
I'm
be there.
struggling with that word. God forgive me.
Okay, I'm sharing
Every
out
time
my
you see the word,
live,
you just type
y'all.
in the
Bear with
comments
me
and
for
let
a
the audience see, 'cause
second.
I'm murking it. I can read it.
I hope y'all can see that. I'm trying to get
The
to it so I can
enunciation,
see.
sometimes you never heard
I
it.
know ain't
It's hard to
nobody
say
in
it.
here yet,
Thank
but
you
for those that
for
do
the
come in
comments.
here,
So
there's a
the
method to my
takeaways from
madness.
this real quick is Madame Blavatsky. She studied Sufism Sufism,
I get too much
she
information
studied
out for
Coptic
folks not to do
Christianity,
nothing with it.
and the Druid
I be
order. Those are three
I'm
schools
on the
of thought that she went
warpath
through.
with it.
She said that she's claiming to be a student of the master Serapis Bey.
All these babes in
Serapis
hell,
Bey.
come on.
That's what I want to talk about real quick. Serapis Bey.
Let's talk. Let's
go find Serapis Bey. You guys heard me mention Serapis Bey a couple of different times, but let's dig into it. Serapis Bey is a being who lived many lifetimes, including.
He a white man too. Look at it.
Y'all see who he is?
Yeah, I see who he is.
Amhotep III.
Shout out to you, Minister of Information.
Leonidas.
You be going in.
Y'all know about King Leonidas dealing with the Xerxes in the movie 300.
Going in, bro.
He is said to have ascended around 400 BC. Amhotep III, as Pharaoh Amhotep III, brought Egypt into a time of peace, prosperity, diplomatic prestige. He built many monuments, palaces, and temples, including the Temple of Luxor. Serapis Bey also lived as Leonidas, the king of Sparta, who led the Spartans into battle at Thermopylae. Serapis Bey is said to have sent blessings to those who read his transmission and have offered humanity.
Right, another superhero, OG. Another superhero white man.
That's who Madame Blavatsky is claiming to have gotten.
Oh boy, great continuation.
It's kind
another
of like
superhero.
When most people say it came from the soul plane. Let's see if we can read a little bit about. Wow, that's tiny. Hold on. Serapis Bey, originally an Egyptian god in the underworld named Serapis, who is in charge of the ascension at Luxor, Egypt. In the New Age circle, he is known as Serapis Bey. He helps people work towards ascension through spiritual enlightenment. Serapis Bey motivates people towards physical fitness and healthy lifestyle due to his.
That's another deity, ain't it? Wow, that's cray.
This is what I want there.
Let me share it out to a few people.
It's
Friday night, y'all. Don't be trying to go to sleep.
Serapis Bey, this is not what I'm looking for, though.
Trying to get some solutions around here.
Look up something more historical about Serapis Bey. But if you put in Serapis Bey, he's considered to be an ascended master of the fourth Kohen. And they do have rituals.
Yeah, I'm sensing real bad. I already know.
Dealing with Serapis Bey. I thought it was
one person in my chat, because I'm the other one. That Serapis Bey came up. Serapis Bey my information gonna be out here for oohs of
an ascended master of ancient wisdom and a member of the Great White Brotherhood. The Great White Brotherhood is a group of enlightened beings who serve humanity in its evolutionary path. That's what the Great White Brotherhood is. It's a group of enlightened beings.
Shout out to those that's on their way over here.
Get the Google pronunciation.
Yeah, baby.
I got you, bro. Appreciate you. When I was asked to paint, this is somebody who, this is a painting rendition of Serapis Bey. But what I thought was
another white man.
Interesting about Serapis Bey.
These niggas want to worship.
Okay, Serapis Bey is interesting. And then the L's always associated with the same thing, the L's and the Bays. And I came across this article right here with Madame Blavatsky saying that, she's a student of Serapis Bey. And of course, to start off as a student, you have to be what's called an adept. An adept. Let's look up what the word adept means real quick.
A student of.
It says an adept is a person who's skilled or proficient in something, a very skilled, proficient in something. That's what an adept is.
Yeah, and the students
highly skilled or well-trained individual, expert, or adept at chess.
At chess.
Let's see if we can draw
adept at chess. Did you hear that? I hope somebody heard that. I didn't know that's what an adept means.
Some people see it, some don't. But
at chess.
I've seen it off the bat because I seen the.
Wow, that's why the checkerboard. Hold up. That's why the black and white checkerboard square. Oh my God, Philly, are you still here? Oh my goodness. That is crazy. An adept. These niggas be walking around here talking about, oh, I'm an adept. They probably don't even know how to play chess. They probably don't even have a clue how to play chess. And that's why the black and white is always there. That's why they always say, hey, checkers, it's chess. Oh, me. I'm so sad ain't nobody else following this with me. But it's okay. It's okay. Long as it's in the universe, it's gonna gain traction, baby. This gonna drink, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be out, it's gonna do what it's gotta do. Yeah, yeah. Information being hidden too long. People been going around here, running around here like this bull crap too long. I'm sorry. I'm here today. I'm still alive in the earth. Ooh, wait. This is crazy. Let's go. I hope you got that, whoever is in the chat. I know it's all right.
Let's see if we can find it. Oh, there it is right there. Hold on. And then we're going to see what Madam Lebowski had to say about the Moors. And then
you heard it fit. Oh, okay.
More information about the Moors.
I'm over
here.
here.
It says Professor.
I'm having, I'm going to do this, Philip, if nobody be here because I know what it is.
Quite a bit about Egypt to understand that.
I'm not doing this for no money. I'm doing this because I was called to do this. My ancestors put me on this. Oh, yeah, they did.
Went there because the story goes he went through the cryptic chambers of the Sphinx.
So now here go their leader.
Paw, the lion's paw.
The lion's paw.
Noble Drew Ali a Mason. He has some. I mean, we know that what's his name? Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a Mason, and we take a look at the Masonic regalia, Masonic dressing of the Masonic Lodge and the brothers of FOI. Very similar. We look at the Moorish sign. I mean, it's so much similarity in the organization. We're going to read in a second. Just actually how connected Noble Drew Ali was to the Masonic Lodge, or to a Masonic Lodge. I pointed out before, so much so that Noble Drew Ali actually received the Masonic
I love it that y'all got me censored.
The Masonic
I got over 500 people subscribe to me, and YouTube have me censored. And I love it because it lets me know that people still seeing my stuff. People are still seeing my content. And I don't know how to stop you from doing what you're doing, YouTube. But if I did, I would.
Who are these people?
The Mo Masons that say their name is Noble Drew Ali.
So this is the actual article right here. I want to load up for y'all. Take a look at it. Some of y'all seen this. Some of y'all haven't seen this. So you see it again. Closing this up. Let's see here. It says Lost Found Moorish Timelines in the Wilderness of North America, Part 3.
Part 3, that means it's another 2 parts on that.
A funeral.
For those that know what I'm talking about, gonna hear this.
Right here.
It's 2 parts to that lost history. Come on.
Drew Ali laid to rest. Hundreds of Chicagoans attended the funeral last week of Noble Drew Ali, founder of Moorish Science Temple, who died at his home after a long illness. And there's speculation around how he died as well, but were held at the Pythians Temple, and the prophet was buried in Burr Oak Cemetery. Attorney Aaron Payne Ali, wearing white clothing, left becomes the new head.
He had a Masonic
Aaron Payne
funeral.
So he was laid to rest at the Pythian Temple.
Pythian Temple.
For those of you who have never heard of Pythian's Temple or don't know what Pythian's Temple looked like, let's look up Pythian's Temple.
Oh, there got my cousin's name right there. Hold up. Kirkman Bay. They don't even talk about him. They claim he worked for the FBI. Hell, all of them work for the FBI, if you ask me. From what I've done, my study on these Moors. I always say I don't have no Moors in my family. But Kirkman was the only one that I found, really, him and his family. And I ain't talk about him because they didn't talk about him. I feel like why I'm gonna talk about him here. I don't reverence that stuff. But yeah, Noble Ali was buried by my cousin Charles Kirkman Bay. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I didn't know that. So I know a lot of Moors don't know it either, but they know true. They probably don't even know he had a Masonic uh, funeral either. But let's go.
Pythian's Temple. And I'm not making it up.
Shout out to you, Minister
I just read it
of
already.
Information. Thank
The
you.
Pythian's Temple was a clubhouse for the Order of the Knights of Pythian, a fraternal organization similar to the Freemasons. Founded in Washington, D.C. in 1864, the fraternal organization and secret society was inspired by Greek legend Damon
and Pythian.
Legend of Damon.
Damon and Pythian.
The order's ritual are based on the story of Damon Pythian.
See, if you don't know nothing about the Bible or something, you probably don't know nothing about some of this stuff.
A square and compass similar to the Masonic symbol. You only get a Masonic burial if you are part of the lodge. The Pythian's council didn't just voluntarily give Noble Drew Ali a free burial.
He was a part of it. Absolutely.
You had to be a member of some type of way associated and or affiliated with the Pythian's temple in order to receive a Pythian's burial. Let's call it a Masonic burial.
Bay buried him.
I just want to put that out there. You guys,
my cousin,
take it.
First time I ever said that. I knew it, but I didn't want to associate myself with that.
Is not to just. I'm not slandering anybody.
They didn't talk about it, so neither did I. So okay, now we're talking.
Moors and Masons, Moorish masonry has been around before the dawn of time, before Prince Hall, before Noble Drew Ali. This is Angelo Solomon.
Could he be Solomon?
Was an African-born Australian Freemason in Cantor. He achieved prominence in Venice society and Freemasonry. His original.
But look where he's from. He's an African.
His original
this
name
is the problem. This is what we're coming to. Who is these Africans?
He was
who is these slaves? Who is these Moors? Who is these niggas all around us that's saying they us, but at the same time, it don't make a lot of sense. It don't make a lot of sense when they open their mouth. My grandmama used to say, loose lips sink ship. And half of them be about drunk. And they get on lies and they get to running off at the mouth. And they get to saying stuff that they don't even know. Somebody gonna check it out. See, because most of the time, these niggas that's running off at the mouth, they don't have no reference, and neither is the people in the chat paying attention enough to get reference. But you best believe one thing Mama Chief has always done since I've been around and doing my research for 36 years, I've always researched what I hear. I always, time I hear something, I'm going to research it if I don't already know it. So let's be clear. I do my work. And what makes it so bad, I'm not a content creator, but I share my work. I send work out to other niggas. Hopefully they'll do the bill on it. But now that ain't important. It really ain't important what I be sending them, I guess. Because something on the news or some shit like that is more important. But I be sending them stuff that we need to be doing. Stuff that people need to know. But now, somebody don't want people to know the truth. And I'm sorry. I'm going to make sure I do my part.
Okay.
I'm just going to do my part.
Well, let's read the more important thing about what he did for Freemasonry. He goes to his life.
He was a rich man, too. This man was rich.
He was enslaved and unfortunately had to.
And look at all the other names. Prince of.
But it says eventually, servant. He was a chief servant. Mm-hmm. Made his way up through the ranks. A cultured man, Solomon highly respected intellectual circles.
We're talking about 1700s now.
Counted as
at the timeline. If we talk about a time. Hey, my sister, thank you for coming over.
Mortiz, Macy. So he was cool with
You know, I'm on one right now. I tried to call somebody to talk to somebody so I wouldn't do this live right now. Cause this live is out is really, really it's really, really gonna be exposure to a lot of false sniggers around this place. But people gonna have to put pieces together. Like this man just told us about the checkerboard. That's why we got the checkerboard floors, you know? All this Masonic stuff, all these Africans around us, all these people coming from France, Latin, English, German, Italian, Czech, all of these people, they still was Moors. And that's what is not being clear to us. We sitting here thinking it's just a group of people. But bro is a Moor, and he exposing it. Shout out to Minister of Information. He's been doing it for a minute. I
All
appreciate
the
it.
royalty. In
Thank you for coming in,
1783,
sis.
he joined the Masonic Lodge in 1783. His Masonic temple was True Concord. So my question is, this was not
Oh, somebody else dropped in. Thank you for coming
Prince Hall
in,
Lodge
baby.
that he joined.
Oh yeah,
He's
we're
a
gonna
brother
do it. We're gonna get in.
joining the United Grand Lodge of England.
Who
But
is
let's
these
just watch what
Moors?
he
Who is
did
these Africans?
for this,
Who is
because he
these
is the
slaves that
first,
say they
one
us?
of the
Let's
first
find out.
Grand Masters of the Grand Lodge
I'm on one
of
tonight.
England, on Associated Lodge,
Should've
True
went to bed
Concord
with
Lodge,
that
is Lodge
kid.
a part of, whose membership included many Vienna's influenced artists, scholars at the time, including Mozart
Influence
was in the
artists
lodge
and
with
what?
him. That was pretty cool.
Artists
Large
and
records
yeah,
indicate that
come
Solomon
on.
and Mozart met on several occasions, eventually becoming
Shout out to the
Grand
four.
Master of
Hey,
that
what's
lodge.
up? Great
This
continuation.
Moorish brother
Share it
became
out,
the
y'all, because
Grand
hey, we
Master
going in on that.
of the
I figured
lodge.
it'll get some
Solomon helped
attention
to
when I put
change
my
its
title.
rituals,
It'll
including
get
solid
attention and
elements
nothing else.
which
I
new
usually don't put
Masonic
a title
direction
because I don't want
rapidly
them to.
influenced free.
I don't want to be sensitive to know for nobody to really know where I'm going. But this time I said, yeah, we're gonna know where I'm going tonight. We're gonna know where I'm going tonight. Cause I'm tired of listening to a lot of fake ass niggas put their mouth on stuff. They really know. They know what they doing, but they know who they is. And they still hide behind who we is. Let's go.
Masonic practice throughout Europe. Solomon is still celebrated in the Masonic rites.
I'm serious. I'm tired
Plural,
of this.
R-I-T-E-S. And all the rites, Solomon is celebrated. He's the father of pure Masonic thought.
Father of pure Masonic thought. You see how dog that nigga is? With that turban on, can y'all see him? If you can't, get it on your own TV. I mean, you know, go look at Minister of get the whole video. Because y'all know I ain't gonna do the whole video. I just started where I was looking at it at.
It's usually transliterated as Angelus Solomonus. During the lifetime, Solomon regarded as a model potential for a simulation of Africans in Europe. But after his death, the image was subject to defamation and vulgarization through scientific racism, and his body was physically rendered in the same specimen as if a animal or so they.
Have y'all seen that man? That man right there, they got him as a exhibit. They stuffed him. They made him a whole exhibit. They stuffed him to his body and made him into an exhibit.
You basically stuffed him, put him on display. Wigger and Clan distinguish four aspects of Solomon: the royal Moor, the noble Moor, the prosmatic Moor, and the mummified Moor. The first two designations refer to the years of his death. The term royal Moor designates Solomon in the context of enslaved Moor at European courts, and their skin color marked their inferiority. They often figure as status symbol betokening power, wealth, and owners. The designation noble Moor describes Solomon as a former court Moor who's ascended up the ladder due to his marriage with aristocrat with aristocracy, women who made emancipation possible. During this time, Solomon became a member of the Freemasons, and as a lodge Grand Master, was certainly considered equal to his fellow Masons, even though he continued to face thicket of.
No, let's be clear. There was no Masonic nothing over here. That was what they was doing over there.
Race and class prejudice. This is Solomon. Oh,
Shout
Soleiman.
out
Sorry,
to the two.
Soleiman.
Well, that's me and
Angelo
you.
Soleiman.
Shout out to the two.
The
That's just me
Moorish
and you.
Mason. He's the Grand Master of it. Prince
Angelo
Hall
Solomon.
wasn't a Grand Master. Prince Hall was a member. He was a Master Mason. Prince Hall was. But this is the well-noted Black Grand Master who changed the whole construct of Freemasonry.
Listen.
You guys need to know this. This is very important. Black History Month is upon us in about 2.5 months.
And he wants to celebrate
So guys,
him.
let's celebrate some other people other than we can celebrate.
You hear? He said Black History Month is coming up. So let's find some new people to celebrate. So him being a Moor, understand, we're full of Moors in this land. He just showed it. We are full of Moors in this land. And he called them Negrito. Okay? The Negrito, and I remember y'all, anybody know me? I teach on the Negrito, and they love black men from Africa. Okay? But this is what he's teaching on. And you see Nigeria right there. Everybody that over there are African born, Australian, Freemasonries, or they're the black European. So when everybody want to say, well, the Africans came here, hell, they are here. They are. Great continuation, Sharon. I thought you were asleep, love. Thank you for coming over. I'm on one tonight. I started not to do it. I backed out. At 10, I backed out and said I wasn't going to do it because I had to do some more research. Then I couldn't go to bed with this in me. I had to come on live and talk about it. I couldn't find nobody to talk to, y'all. So I said I got to put it in the atmosphere because it's going to gain root. It's going to gain traction. Oh, yes, this one here, because I made sure the title said what it needed to say today. But see, it's too many niggas perpetrating. Too many niggas. It's too many Masonic Moors in our space pretending to be us, talking shit, and they ain't telling the truth. So when they be on live and they be drunk, slurring at the mouth, talking shit, swallowing spit, I be researching everything they be talking about. So it's some niggas been talking and I've been researching. So here we go. We on these Moors right now because it's all tying up to it's so many of them in this land who came from that land, and these was royal. These was literal royal princes and all of this type of stuff.
But what I found also interesting about this part, that he was known as the Moorish Mason, I then began to dig into other Moorish brotherhoods throughout Europe, and this is pre-Columbian, pre-colonial.
It ain't got nothing to do with over here.
And this is called Los Negritos.
Oh, there you go, the Negrito.
And this is where I'm gonna kind of wrap up the live and leave y'all with something to go study and think about. The reason I titled this The Great White Brotherhood, for several reasons. The Great White Brotherhood was a secret brotherhood alluded to Egypt. A lot of the rituals and traditions come out of Egypt.
All right, Egypt and Greek, y'all.
Organizations with its masonry, with its alphas, omegas, whoever, sororities and fraternities. The fraternal order of how the rituals go in America roots and stems from ancient Egypt. That was the point. But when I got to looking at Prince Hall and Omegas and Alphas and just Black fraternal organizations, this is one of the oldest Black brotherhoods in Western Europe. Let's check it out. The Brotherhood of the Blacks is what it's called, also known as Los Negritos. The origins, the brotherhood was founded in Seville, Spain around 1393 by Cardinal Gonzalo de Manroles. The original members were black former slaves and freedmen from Africa who were barred from similar organizations. The purpose: the Brotherhood was established to integrate black people in society. Significance: the Brotherhood is considered a model for other institutions in the Caribbean. It was also an example that would later adopt in the Americas,
Y'all hear
and
that?
also an example that
To bring
was
black
later
folks
adopted
over here.
in the Americas.
Cause wasn't no
Where
black
dozens of
folks
black
over here.
brothers were
There
established
wasn't
in
no
the 16th
Africans and
century,
Negritos
1500s.
over here.
It was later adopted in the Americas. I wonder where those 14 brothers in Boston, Massachusetts,
Later adopted
why they were
into
called
America.
African Lodge 459. Procession. The Brotherhood is known for its impressive presence of penance during the Southern Saturday chapel missions. No, the founding of Le Hermanos de los Negritos, a brotherhood dating back
600 years.
This
More
brotherhood
than 600 years
is
ago.
considered one of the oldest in Europe, the oldest surviving brotherhood
In
Seville,
Europe, let's
and
be
the
clear.
first black
In
brotherhood
Europe, they
in
came
history.
from Europe.
And the first black brotherhood.
They want
in
everything
history.
to be
Why are we learning
originated
about
over
this?
here.
Why
This
are
is
we
the
learning about
listen.
these
That's
older black brotherhoods?
confusion. They're trying to confuse
Why
us.
ain't nobody telling us this?
Why ain't nobody telling us
Peace
this,
and love,
y'all?
information age in the
He
building.
said the same
What's
thing,
going
and
on?
he's
Peace
a
and love,
learned
peace and
man
love.
too.
Why are we learning more about these other black fraternities and brotherhoods?
Uh-huh.
Why are you a black Mason and you don't know about Angelo Solomon?
Why you don't know?
Angelo Suleiman. Why don't you know about
Right.
the rituals at the Temple of Isis? It's the same rituals you're doing inside your Masonic lodge.
Wow.
Why don't you know about
Why
these old
don't
brothers?
you
If you're
know?
Alpha, Kappa, Omega,
And you
why don't
do
you know about
rich-
this brotherhood right here?
That's right. You
Now,
do
what's
rich-
really going to blow your mind is when you take a look at what they look like. That's really going to cook your noodle. Let's read more about the Los Negritos.
Y'all gonna see what they look like with me. It's just two of us in here. Come on, let's see.
Los Negritos. Black slaves forcibly brought from Africa since the 14th century to live in the suburbs of Seville.
What,
Seville is in Spain,
1492, right?
Many of them on the margins of struggle to survive. Archbishop Don Gonzalez Gonzalo not only gives them a hospital, a chapel, but a brotherhood to integrate them into society. They thus
integrating the African blacks.
First,
let's be clear.
They become
integrating the African blacks into the society. They had to be introduced.
The first religious congregation of this kind, a title they had to defend against others. In addition, they had to avoid prohibition, suspension, attempts to dissolve them by the sector of the authorities. This sounds familiar right here in North America. When you're not a part of PHA, they'll do anything in their power to discredit you, prohibit you, suspend you, attempt to dissolve. They do all that stuff. But these brothers went through all that stuff, and they survived it. Go right here. And in time, the Brotherhood of Blacks became the Brotherhood of Los Negritos, a patriotism that reflects how a brotherhood of slaves and freedmen became a neighborhood brotherhood
the freedmen.
of white civilians.
Y'all hear all these?
In 2023, will celebrate 630-year anniversary. Los Negritos.
Los Negritos, those them little men from
So
Africa. They're not
Indians.
Indians.
Spain? Like,
they're not
they?
Indians.
They were of Moorish.
Or they're not from America. Let's just be clear and say that.
Who were slaves.
Because we know Indian is a social construct just like the rest of those words.
Like the brother I just showed
you. But it
you,
means more.
Angelo
it got a little more weight.
Angelo Suleiman, he was also a Moorish enslaved brother, as we read, who also became great in the Masonic order. He became the Grand Master in England.
Hold on. They were referred to as, now I done heard some Negroes call themselves, but they call the Latinos this. They were referred to as Negros Latinos. Y'all done heard that before? Latinos, but they say it's the Latinos. But he said that they preferred to be called that, cultivated or Latinized blacks, as opposed to being called Negro. What's that other word? Negro
Prior to
Bozelis.
the arrival of Columbus in
Negro
America,
Bozelis. Instead of them being called that, they rather be called the other word. Wait a minute. They moved it. Latinos. Yeah, they rather be called Latinos. And then they say Latinos born in the Americas were Negroes. See? This is how we became Negroes. Because they didn't have these Negritos over here. But they gave us the same names that they had for them. That didn't make us Negroes, though. It was only a social construct, just like Indian, the rest of it. So that's where the word Creole comes in at. Creole, blacks, Creoles of color. Okay, let's go, y'all. Prior to the arrival of Columbus, see, this is prior to Columbus, there were black people who either lived as free men who were bought through the Arab slave trade, okay, or the Castilian or Portuguese colonization of Africa. See, this is the point that I'm trying to make here tonight. We have been infiltrated by the Africans under the cloak of being somebody else. And then have anybody in this chat, it ain't but three of us in here, me, you, and another. Have you ever heard anybody talk about the Barbados? They always talk about the Caribbean, right? But have anybody ever tied the Barbados into the Caribbean? Well, that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to show how Barbados end up being over here and how they end up being the ones doing a whole lot of mischief. Yeah.
in time, the Brotherhood of Blacks became the Brotherhood of Los Negritos. Officialism reflects how a brotherhood of slaves and freedmen became.
And it's so funny how we got so many niggas fighting us, telling us we Africans, fighting us, telling we Moors, fighting us, telling us we even Negritos and Negroes. It's funny to me because I study and I go and get this stuff. So ain't no way in the world nobody can pull that over on my eyes. But it's a lot of niggas on these chats that is doing that today. And they know that they are not who they say they are. It's time for them to stop. It's time for everybody to stop. It's time for everybody to say who the hell they is now. Time out for all these lies. These Moors, these Africans, these Barbados, it ain't just the Caribbean, it's the Barbados. That's the secret to this African thing. Let's go.
A neighborhood.
Great continuation, Enemies Public. Thank you for coming over, love. How are you? Good to see you. You see how many people be in my chat, right? But it's all right, because this is something I got to do, because ain't nobody else going to do it. Niggas still hiding who they is. Niggas all over line. But when they get drunk, loose lips sink ships. And when they get drunk and they be on live, they be some people just listening to that stuff. People just ain't got, I don't understand how people can just lay around and listen and ain't get no wisdom nowhere. But when I hear something, that I don't know, you best believe I'm going to find out. And so now we on the fact that we got Moors, we got Masonic niggas been here, we got Barbados niggas been here, and them is the worst ones from what I researched right now. And they all came straight through England because the crown supported them. The crown financed them. And here we go with this.
Brotherhood of White Civils in 2023 will celebrate 630-year anniversary.
Yeah, hit dogs are gonna holler now.
Los Negritos.
As they should. But niggas need to stop lying about who they is.
Who are these African slaves in Spain? Like,
who are all these Africans? For real.
They were of Moorish individuals who were slaves. So these are other black Moors, like the brother I just showed you, Angelo Suleiman. Angelo Suleiman, he was also a Moorish enslaved brother, as we read, who also became
Bozalis. There it is. A Negro. Negro Bozalis is an uneducated black.
Prior to the arrival of Columbus in America, there were black people who either lived as freedmen, were brought by the Arab slave trade.
That's where we're going, y'all, right there.
Portuguese colonization of Africa. After some time in Spanish society, those Africans became Christianized and learned Spanish. There were about 50,000 black Ladinos. Ladino is another word for Latinos. In case you know, these are black Latinos.
That earlier,
Ladinos and Latinos is the same word. I think me and Crom already went over this. The D and the T are interchangeable. So these are 50,000 black Latinos. This is who the
they became Latinos by the time. Which time frame you in now?
At some time, there were 50,000 black Latinos in Spain around the 15th century or 1400s. Although black Latinos came from many parts of the African continent, most of their origins came from Upper Guinea. And I think we covered, what's her name? Jesus Christ, got her name that quick. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth are both from Guinea.
Whoa, who knew that?
Modern day Senegal,
Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman is from New Guinea. Africans they put in our face.
So the American Indians were not suitable for labor that the conquerors required, mainly due to Eurasian illness unknown to Americans. This guy decided to bring slaves from Spain. He decided to bring slaves from Spain. The Negritos are the slaves from Spain he's going to bring over to the Americas. Okay, watch this. Between 1502 and 1518, Castile exiled hundreds of black slaves. These are Moors.
That's the Moors.
These are Moors, okay?
And they was Christian and Jews
when they're saying that Castile, the House of Castile in Aragon, which is after 1492, you know,
Fernandez and Isabella.
Was happening. When they say black slaves, you're talking about the Moors who were expelled. They enslaved the ones who stayed.
Yep. And opponents of their enslavement cited their Christian faith. See, it was the Christians, the Jews, and the Moors at the time of the Castile.
They exiled hundreds of black slaves, which were Moors, primarily to work as miners. Opponents of their enslavement cited their Christian faith and their repentant attempt to escape to the mountains. They're talking about the
Maroons. Okay, here we go. You see that? The Maroons. I told y'all before, the Maroons are Moors too. And we got some people that go live. They be going live. They the Maroons. They are descendants of Africans in the Americas and islands of the Indian Ocean who escaped from slavery through a flight or manumission. Come on, y'all. And form their own settlement. Where did they form their settlement at? Was it? Could it have been in the Carolinas or Virginia?
The Native American
Oh my goodness, y'all. This is good. I'm learning tonight, y'all. I love to learn. This is how I'm learning, and I'm good with it. Whoa. They just said, I want to see that again. I'm just, like I said, I appreciate the one that's in this chat, but if don't nobody do it, I'm gonna do this because this got to be done. Niggas is lying too much. They got to know
They
they
exiled
Africans.
hundreds of black slaves, which were Moors, primarily to work as miners.
Got to know they Africans.
Opponents of their enslavement cited their Christian faith and their repentant attempt to escape to the mountains. They're talking about the Maroons. You see how Moors came from Spain as slaves, ran to the mountains of the islands, and they're now known as Maroons.
Now Maroons.
They intermingled with the locals, Caribs.
The Caribbean.
They're calling them indigenous people in here, but the Caribs, the Arawak, the Taino,
right?
They intermingled with those individuals. Some ran to the mountains, became Maroons. Maroons are descendants of Africans in the Americas, in the Indian Ocean, who escaped slavery.
Thank you.
This is who they are.
No, I ain't off base. I'm on point.
The Native American in revolt proponent declared that the rapid diminution of the Native American population required consistent supply of rebel low-cost workers. Free Spaniards were reluctant to do manual labor or remain settled, especially after the discovery of gold in the mainland. Only slave labor assured economic visibility in the colonies. So it's going to be a little bit on the Black Latinos who were the Negritos. Los Negritos, which was the oldest Black fraternal brotherhood
oh my goodness.
in the world.
Oh my goodness. Why I don't have 100 people seeing this? Because everybody who ain't seeing it going to stay a slave tomorrow. Oh, yeah, they is. Los Negritos. That's the one I got a picture of. Yep, that's them.
Right here. Let me get on this right here. I'm sorry. Let me go over here. Let me go over here.
He got the dunks. He got the Ku Klux hand.
I'm being sly.
Ku Klux Klan thing on.
These the Negro Brotherhood with the white robes on.
I told y'all. The Ku Klux Klan.
Los Negritos.
Those they was wearing cotton. Them niggas was wearing cotton. The original Ku Klux Klan, I declare they was niggas. And now since we know all these infiltrated Africans is over in here, we must really be clear. All of them, when it ended up in the 60s, them was crackers. What was it? Whenever they was doing that look, them was the crackers. But prior to that, there was Negroes burning crosses and doing stuff on the territory of the indigenous people. These Negroes, come on.
White Brotherhood.
That's why he called it the Great White Brotherhood, because they wore that white.
I'm about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all so much.
Y'all see that? I hope y'all see it. There's 3 of y'all in here. I hope there's 2 of y'all in here, because that's me.
I hope some of it makes sense to y'all.
Chico, and hey, love.
For you guys to do your own research, but the White Brotherhood is Los Negritos, which is
it's the African slave,
Moorish.
Come on, y'all.
Slaves.
Get this.
Now, do these ceremonies make sense to y'all?
Yes, it does.
These ceremonies you see in Spain, they got blackface on.
See, y'all see that?
And they celebrate this in Mexico as well, not just Spain.
They celebrate the blackface.
Well,
I wonder why they celebrate the blackface. Y'all listen.
The hooded Black Brotherhood of Spain, Seville, Spain. Look at this brother right here. You better put his hood on right now.
Oh, wow.
That's why I call this the Great.
They do this in Spain, y'all. They still do it because we're the only one don't know that we got slaves among us being us.
Took a long way.
They're African.
To show you guys.
Milestone, what's up, love? Thank you for coming over.
Don't forget to subscribe and continue to follow the movement.
Hey, y'all finna get into something. I'm on one tonight, and I hope y'all stay with me for a minute. I know y'all just jump in and say hey, but if y'all miss it, y'all go back and get it.
Checked out the plans and everything. I was there in the 50s when they wasn't even born going so much.
Y'all know who that is, right?
Yeah. What happened?
That's Malachi Z. York.
Why is everybody so worried about us finding out about ourselves? Why don't they want us to know about our Egyptian identity? Not Egyptian.
See, there you go. See, them for the Africans, they know that they life. They had no business imposing it upon us. Shit, man. Y'all, come on, get this message tonight. Come on, one.
Hebrew word. You base all your foundation on the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. And those are the books that have been made to deceive you. Everybody in those books that look like you, they made a bad person. The Egyptians are so bad that God tells Joseph to take Jesus there. The Egyptians are so bad that Jacob and them have to go there. God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sends them over to Egypt to be saved. But the Egyptians are pagans and idol worshipers.
So are you.
Along to the scripture, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they say, is sending his prophets there to save. Or the moment you become an Egyptian, you become a pagan, an idol worshiper. But when they say, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you should be saying, you salli ala Rasulullah. What are you saying? To send salat on who? Muhammad? Well, that's not what I mean, but it means salutation. Listen, you're not talking to a fool. Oh, yeah. Salutations is a French word. Salut.
See, he took and made languages out of all the different languages he knew, and he made a, yeah.
The word tafur is an Arabic and Hebrew word for prayer. Salat, from Yusalla, comes from the French word salut. Salut. And Italian, the Latin, all things.
Y'all getting it? Y'all getting it? Y'all seeing his? He's teaching the secret. How he got all these people to fall and believe what he was teaching.
You want to keep it here? Stay with it. At least until the sun goes, or appears to go. And Salatul Fajr, it means the prayer of the dawn. You with that? Yes. Fajr, the prayer of the dawn. What is the dawn? When the sun rises.
Dark. Yeah, right.
Muslim, when you're making Salatul Fajr, are you worshiping the sun? Blah, 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 al-haram.
See, yeah.
You made those prayers in the morning on the rise.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're back.
The sun wasn't really on.
Thank you.
And yet you use the word Fajr.
I hope y'all hang in here with me. It's 4 of y'all in here. I'm finna bring some. Y'all. It's gonna be a solution to what you've been thinking.
When the sun is directly above you. So yeah, Muslim. Are you worshiping the sun now? No. That's wrong.
I don't know what he doing, y'all. But I'm listening. Okay, that's okay. There we go. All right, now. Okay, y'all. Y'all read the title, right? Y'all saw what I named the title. Based on the fact that I just been looking around and listening around, and I don't know about nobody else, but it seems like everybody Indian now all of a sudden, and ain't nobody no African. So I just heard some things and I started researching some things. And so that's why I'm here tonight. I wasn't going to bed with this in my spirit. I had to come on live and share it. And what I do with it? Here it is right here. So I'm going to do some reading. Y'all going to hang in here with me or y'all already gone? Okay. It's all good. I'm still going to do this. Gotta do it. Cause of the fact that ain't nobody else gonna do it. I could give it to somebody else to do it, but they ain't gonna do it. You with me, Chief? Long as you with me, I'm being hey. Long as one person up in here with me, because that's me in here. Sharon here too. See, they lying to me. Yeah. See, they be lying to me, but it's okay. I hope it's some people in the bushes, and especially I hope the people that need to hear this hear this. That's just all it is. Shout out to you, Sharon. Thank you for still being here, baby. I'm finna get into this because we got a lot of Africans among us trying to be us, and they came here for only one purpose, was to steal you off your land. And that's a sad thing. That's a real sad thing. So I'm gonna see if y'all can see what I see. I'm just gonna read a few things to you. And y'all all right? Okay, I ain't gonna even look at the chat no more. I see two of y'all, and that's what it well, I see one of y'all. So that's what it says. Y'all can I wish y'all had somebody to share with, but evidently, like I said, it is what it is. So we're gonna start with the Barbados. Okay. Anybody know anything about Barbados? The Barbados, I always hear about the Caribbean, but do you ever hear anything about the Barbados? I'm about to make some pages on Facebook, YouTube, try to build a community. Okay. You see I'm trying. You see what I got? Two in here now. Well, one in here, right? Two. Well, it say two you and Sharon. But it say two. And I know I'm in here too. But yeah, you see how it is. They gotta you uh you gotta fit in with a certain criteria to really build a community. So if you got it, get it. Do it, baby. You have some Barbados people in your family? I'm sure I do too. I know I do. And the ones that's making a lot of noise right now, I know that they is in my tree too. But still, I don't give a damn. You got to be exposed because you don't expose yourself too much, and you can't keep saying shit and think that nobody paying attention. So all I'm saying is that the Barbados people were Africans brought here by the Barbados people, and they came here for one purpose, and we'll get there. But I first had to go and find out how they got to be in Barbados, right? Because at first I was going somewhere with just the fact that they came from Barbados to the Americas. But at the same time, I was like, okay, I got to find out who these barbarians is, though, right? I said, I got to find out who they is and where they came from to get to Barbados. Because Barbados was occupied by the Arawak and the Kalanagos and stuff. So it kind of let me know, like that Chief Kalanago when he came and said he was a Kalanago. Yeah, okay, yeah. A lot of those people, huh? They were Africans. They were Africans. So let's go with some clarity here because they, for some reason, and if you know, you know, these people have went through to great lengths to take notes and leave good records of everything they've done by way of media, reports and documents, books. It's all over archives. They done made archives to leave these records, to leave stuff for like they say they can give us 500,000 year history. Hey, we're making history right now, right? We're all making history right now by being a part of what they are going to write as his story. Ain't got nothing to do with mine. But he created his story. And we as a people got to know what his story is in order to know what they made our story a mystery out of. Because my story became a mystery. And now I'm over here trying to pull through. Oh, but I found something. I found something. So let's go, y'all. We finna read. I'm gonna start with the history of Barbados. How about that? Let's find out who we dealing with. Because when you realize it wasn't just so called like you say, uh Europeans, it was all of them, and it was more than just one set of people. But see, we have been taught, oh, just the European, and that's an exception. Now, Spain, French, Dutch, who? Name them. It's more than just three, because they all was involved. But it was just the kingdoms. But it was all them nations was involved in this. So, the history of Barbados. Barbados is an island country in the southeastern Caribbean Sea. See, that's why when they used to say they come from the Caribbean, I would just think the Caribbean is just one place. But now I understand because they hide Barbados from us. They don't talk about Barbados. I've never heard anybody say, oh, but they came from Barbados. You know what I'm saying? So it says it's situated about 100 miles east of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Roughly triangular in shape, an island measures 21 miles, okay? Barbados was inhabited by indigenous people, the Arawak and the Caribs. Prior to the European colonization of the Americas in the 16th century. So now we know that the 16th century is when they came from Barbados to Carolina. Okay? The island was briefly claimed by the Spanish. So the Spaniards was there first, right here in the South Carolina. These was where the Barbados Spanish. So the Barbados was Spanish. That's why they be speaking that language. You heard some of them speak that language. They know it good. Just listen and remember, you've heard it. You've heard it. Who saw? Okay, and they said they saw trees, and I wonder about this. They said they saw trees with beard-like features, and they said that the trees look like beards, so they named it Barbados. So I got to do my research because I didn't go far enough. I read that, but I didn't go far enough to see what the hell they mean by the beards. So all I think about is these bearded ones. You still with me, Chief? I see they done dropped it down to one now. I see one person up in here, and that's me. You still here? Okay, wow. Okay, you still here. They done dropped it down. I know I'm still up in here too. Yeah. So they said that's why they named it Barbados. So now I gotta find out who is these bearded people that the Spaniards looked at and saw. You still here too? Wow. See, y'all see they sandbagging on me, right? They sandbagging on me. It shows me one person. Look, what's on your screen? How many people show you in here? One. Yeah, they messing with me, man. That's bad. They really messing with me. And Keith Norfolk he say he got you got two on yours. Oh, they really tripping. Oh, now I got two now. Okay. Excuse me. But Keith Norfolk said last Tuesday we did a bill. Oh yeah, we're gonna get back into the white man's Bible too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get back into that because it's gonna tie into all of this. Because the white man Bible talks about the Jew, the niggers from Africa, the mud people from around the planet, and the white man. Those are the four different people that about, and I'm with him on that because I know that the Jews, that the Jews and the these African and these Moors, they're the same people. They're the same people. They with the same gang. And see, my dude right here just showed. He says check. He's what he said. Oh man, y'all got to go back and listen to what he said about the chess, that checkerboard. That's why we see that black and white all the time dealing with them. He just spelled out, and y'all got to go watch Minister of Information. He's putting it out there, letting us know about these African Moors. He just showed it. So now, and when I saw it, I said, "Oh, this will tie into what I'm going with it," you know. So here we go. These Barbados are African, John. No doubt about it. They are straight African from Africa. Okay, so here we go. Um, and then by Portugal, it said the Spaniards got it up there in the 16th century, but then by 1532, Portugal to 1620, Portugal had it. The island was an English, and later a British colony. Okay, so now British colony from 1625 until 1966. Okay, y'all with me? You got them Portuguese too? Yeah. What year? What year, Chief? By what year? Around the same time, right? Got to be around 16 something when they came. Wait a minute. The in the beginning. No, I'm saying what year? Because see, okay, let me see. The Spanish, the island was briefly claimed by the Spanish Empire, just a briefly. But then it said then Portugal had it between 1532 and 1620, right? But then the English, later British, so English and later Britain colony from 1625 to 1966. So who got it now, Wanda? Since they said 1966, so I wonder who got it now. Who's supposed to have it now? Guess I gotta find that out. So it says sugarcane cultivation in Barbados began in the 1640s, which saw the increase in importation of black slaves from West Africa. Are we clear here? Not from America, not to America at this point, but these are black slaves. It says several black slave codes were implemented in the late 17th century, which resulted in several slave rebellions. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. Hold that thought in your head, right? However, none was successful. The consolidated slave laws was in several slave rebellion attempts. However, none was successful. The consolidated slave law was passed following the largest slave rebellion in Barbados history. This was then followed by the total abolition of slavery in the British Empire in 1834. Britain continued to rule the island until the independence was granted. Oh, they got independence, okay, in 1966. And the state became a member of the Commonwealth of Nations. Now look at that. Why can't we do that? But look at that. Okay? So from 1966 to 2021, Barbados was the constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy modeled on the Westminster system with Elizabeth II, Queen of Barbados, as head of state. Barbados became a republic on November the 30th, 2021, under Maya Motley, thus removing the Queen as its head of state. So that's a little history on Barbados, and it's a 17-page little thing here that goes all the way into a whole lot of stuff, right? But that's just the introductory, and I don't want to tarry long. I just want to put this out here, hit it and quit it, right? So, y'all still with me? Thank you so much. I mean, this is on record. That's why I do what I do. I don't do what I do for votes, for likes, or even for nobody to even like, love me, or give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for the culture, y'all. Y'all better hear me when I say this is for the culture. Bringing back the culture, making us great again. That's what I'm on. Cause see, too many niggas got information and too many niggas know this. See, the ancestors have to send me stuff. Because everything I get, I swear I know I don't know what I'm doing. But it come to me this way. And I know this here is to be on record. On record. It's gotta be on record. Because too many niggas online lying. Now, all these Africans can know who the hell they is. If they came by way this way, you can figure this shit out. Yeah, I got them. I got these people in my tree too. But it's around the 18th, 17th century. Hell, but 14th century they wasn't here. let's be clear. In the 14th century they wasn't here on my record. They didn't come on my record to around about the 1700s. And they might have came, the crown part came about in the 1600s. But hell, they weren't here in 1400. I got relatives that was here in 1400. So Africans need to be Africans and let us be indigenous to this land. That's what I'm saying. And just because I have some of those different foreign relatives in my tree, that don't make my tree started up top. It don't start at the bottom. We talking about lately folks sliding in on us. Okay? So, Barbadians. I always want to say barbarians. Thank you for the fire emojis, baby. But you see, they say that word Barbadian. I always want to say barbarian. Because when you know the nature of these people, watch this. When you know the nature, you're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, it says most of the enslaved Africans brought to Barbados was from the Bight of Biafra. 62,000 Africans. See, that's why they try to say they came to America. Because they was taken to Barbados, to the Caribbeans, as they always say. But I don't want to hear nobody keep talking about the Caribs, the Caribbean. No, they was taken to Barbados. These are Barbadians. These are not Caribbeans. These are Barbadians that we are dealing with. That was straight up Africans. Okay? So it says 62,000 of them, Africans. The Gold Coast had 59,000 Africans. That's why these niggas be hollering at us talking about, well, they brought these many to the coast. Okay. Yeah, because that's where the slave trade really was over there. That's what slavery was right there. Okay. It said they had other African slaves came from Central Africa, 29,000 slaves. Senegambia, 14,000 Africans. The Windward Coast, 13,000 slaves. And from Sierra Leone, 9,000 slaves. So now see right here, we know they all came from Africa, but I saw right there where they said the Senegambia. Uh, no, wait a minute, who was that? Yeah, they called them Africans instead of calling them slaves. I heard the rest of them were slaves. A couple of them was they mixed it up. They said slaves for some, African for some. So okay, so Africans from the Bight of Biafra are primary Igbo. These niggas be always trying to tell us we Igbo, we all that, right? But that's them. Ibai Bio and Ifa Africans from the Gold Coast were primary Akan. Yeah. Africans from the Bight of Benin were primary Yoruba, E, and Fawn. And Africans from Central Africa were primary Congo. Come on, nigga, get y'all African places. Stop blaming Africa on us. My folks didn't come from Barbados. And this is how they slid in with the African stories because they used the Caribbean instead of talking about the Barbados. So when I kept hearing somebody keep saying certain things, I had to apply myself to research to find this information to apply into where these Africans came from. So I didn't want to start right at where they here at. I went to where they started from. Okay? So that's why I'm here, right here now, y'all. So thank you for being here, the three that's here. So you got the Royal African Company. Anybody ever heard of that? The Royal African Company in Barbados had its own preference on the origins of the slaves for work. Thus, the company considered as reported once that certain slaves were worth more than other slaves from a specific region. Okay? When English settlers first arrived in the 1620s, now you got me you got me looking over there because you put my name up in the chat. What you talking about? Let's see, huh? Okay, let me see where I'm at now. Okay. Which is crazy because those places was established after the American Colonization Society, right? What places? Barbados? I know I see Roberts and Colson Transport Company made in the 1800s. Yeah, they was here by then. They came in the 1600s. If you saying them to conduct trade with Monroe, okay, remember, Joseph Roberts was the first president of Liberia. And that's my father's name, Joseph Roberts. So I'm sure he probably was one of his uncles or something, right? Straight up. And you said they was from Virginia. Yeah, absolutely. They were. Tuscarora. I don't know anything about the Tuscarora, actually. All I know about is pretty much is Powhatan and Choctaw and Chickasaw and Muscogee, pretty much, and Cherokee, But like I said, I got all these records and I ain't read them yet. A lot of records, Okay, let's see. So the Royal African Company in Barbados had its own preference of origins of slaves, right? So when English settlers first arrived in 1620 on the island of Barbados, was mostly unpopulated. They claimed that Barbados was unpopulated each time when one of them appeared on it, like the Arawak and the Caribs and the Kalanagos had just left their land. This is what these people say. Like it was just unpopulated, but okay. It's indigenous Amerindian. That's how they spell it, Amerindians. Gotta look that up and see if that's anywhere in anything. Inhabitants had either fled to other countries or had been captured by European slave trade. That's the latter is the most likely. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? How they could just go there and get a whole piece of land and ain't no and all these warriors. Because the IRS supposed to be warriors. Okay. As the colonists adopted sugar production as Barbados' central industry, the European colonies passed laws. So here they passed laws legitimizing slavery and established big plantations reliant on enslaved Africans. Not Indians at this time, right? Though they done mentioned the Indians, right? But they know Indians as a slave at this junction, right? Excuse me. Um, let's see what it says. And sugar was the focus of industry in Barbados as it developed into the main commercial enterprise. So now we're talking about business. See, and that's what a lot of people don't never give an account of the business aspect of what was going on in places either. Because slavery was a particular business, right? So Barbados, let me see, Barbados was divided into two large plantation estates, which replaced the small holdings of the early English settlers. So, so, so he said it replaced the old one as the wealthy planters pushed out the poor. Hmm. The Irish, this is where the Irish, okay, the Irish, as they were called, were the poor whites. These are who they talking about was the slaves. Let's be clear first, right here, okay? Which replaced the small holding of the early English settlers as the wealthy planters pushed out the poor. The Irish, as they were called, were the poor white slaves, and the planters that became the first police force and fishermen of Barbados. Some of the displaced farmers relocated to the English colonies in North America, most notably South Carolina. And that's where we're going to be in up at right there. Y'all got me? You with me, Costa? South Carolina. Hmm. Y'all, it's finna get hot up in here. I see them fires. Yeah, 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 yeah. We just saw them Moors, and we just saw that all of them was Africans. Way back, way back, way back when. Way before Drew Ali was thought about, right? So now, hmm, okay, I told you this is a good one for me because I didn't want to do it. I've been waiting, trying to get it to somebody else so somebody else can do it, but it just don't sit right with me that niggas know this and they playing games. They playing games. Enos, hey baby, great continuation. I hope you stay with me. I hope you just didn't just come and give me some love and run out and don't give me my hug. Because I'm on one tonight. I'm on one tonight. Okay? Y'all all right? Let's see him. Y'all see the title? What's the title, y'all? Put the title in the chat for me. Y'all remind me what I put in there. What's the title? What's the title? I thought that title might draw somebody, but I'm Shadow Band. I know it's more than 4 people in the chat. So shout out to all y'all. I hope y'all go back and watch the beginning, because the beginning gonna really, really put the icing on what. Because I saw it as I was getting ready to go live, and I was like, wow, he's explaining all the African Moors. Oh wow, that's dope. So yeah, how you got me and Smoke on at the same time? Torn between the two, huh? You got two lovers and you can't choose. Okay. I ain't mad at you, baby. Do what you do. Just, hey, yeah. I wish I could have went on smoke with this. This would have shut them all down. Shut up. Just shut up. Get in line and show which one you is more African, Negrito. Which one would you be? But okay. Oh, we. You finna trip out like I just did, Coulson. Watch this right here. Oh boy, I told you. See, we gotta embrace our blood, man. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Damn. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. I just saw something just finna tickle. Watch this. Ooh, wait. Let me see. Where was I? Okay. Iris is the count. Okay, some of the displaced farmers relocated to English colonies in the North America, most notably South Carolina, to work the plantations. Black Africans were imported as slaves in such numbers that in the last 2 decades of the 17th century, okay, y'all, we got a timeline. Let's be clear, let's be precise. 17th century, blacks outnumbered whites by a margin of 2 to 1. So we talking about some willing niggas, I believe. Look, they want. I just don't believe we just, nobody, you know. But anyway, these are some African people, they say. And in the 18th century, there were 3 blacks for every 1 planter. Sugarcane dominated Barbados' economic growth, and the island's cash crop was at the top of the sugar industry until 1720. They was rolling. Roberts, 2006, showed that slaves did not spend the majority of time in the restricted roles cultivating, harvesting, and processing sugarcane. What the hell is wrong? The island most. I'm tripping because I'm like, well, who the hell is Roberts and where did he come from? Let me see this. Is his name on the front of this paper or something? Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where his name come from. That's why I was tripping, Costa, because I saw Roberts. I'm like, Roberts? His name ain't nowhere on this front of this paper. How they just come and just put his last name with a comma like that? Because I got a picture of a Dr. Christopher James Davis, and you could tell he's a mulatto. Okay? But they just all of a sudden started another paragraph, and I don't think I remember seeing Roberts nowhere up there. I don't remember seeing it. But it says that Roberts in 2006 showed that the slaves now got to go and research and find this guy. Because he's going to be connected to Barbados. Hey, I won't find him watching me. It said that he did not spend the majority of time restricted roles of cultivating, harvesting, and processing sugarcane. The island's most important cash crop, rather, slaves were involved in various activities and in multiple roles: raising livestock, fertilizing soil, growing provisional crops, maintaining plantation infrastructure, caregiving, and various other tasks. One notable soil management technique was intercropping. Y'all farmers, are you listening? I don't know nothing about this, but I need you to understand these people knew what they was doing. Intercropping. OG Philly. intercropping, planting subsistence crops between the rows of your cash crop, hmm, which demands of the slaves skilled and experienced observation of growing conditions for efficient land and use. This is helpful. I mean, if you look at, I look at everything that I learned from these, I learned from it. I really do. Um, you wasn't gonna say what? I know. Okay, you guys. Shout out to the five in the chat, you guys. Hey, great continuation. So, in the mid 1600s, the population of Barbados was estimated at 18,000, many of whom were coerced or voluntarily indentured service by the number of Negro slaves. That's why I try to tell people my people were not Negroes till they brought that word over here and put it on my people. But now I know they brought all these Africans over here and they were the Negroes. So by chance, we all are Negroes now. Not so. Not so. So the Negro slaves was around 8,000. By the mid 1650s, there was near parity with 20,000 Africans. See, this is where ain't nobody telling the truth. These people ain't calling us African Americans or nothing. They know they had Africans that they took to Barbados. Hmm. And 25,000 Europeans. By the mid 1670s, there was approximately 33,000 enslaved people and 21,500 Europeans, both indentured and free. Okay? So, due to the increased implementation of slave codes, which created differential treatment between Africans and the Europeans. Well, go figure, right? It says, and the European workers and ruling planters class in the island became increasingly unattractive to poor whites. Slave codes was implemented in 1661, 1676, 1682, and 1688. In response to these codes, several slave rebellions was attempted or planned during this time, but none succeeded. Nevertheless, planters expanded their importation of African slaves to cultivate sugar cane. Okay? Uh, so, okay, it's for y'all in here. Are y'all clear with where I'm at with this? These are they are called Afro Barbadians. Okay? Rihanna is a Barbadian. She's an Afro Barbadian. Y'all know that, right? Rihanna. Okay. So some other notable people. Let me see. Do I see anybody I know in here? Nobody but Rihanna. Y'all might know them. I don't even know how to say some of them names, so I ain't gonna even try. Okay. Now to the rest of the good part. Okay, let me see what you said, Chief. I have ancestors who was a lawyer. He created the indenture program that the tribes use historically. It's crazy how much is documented. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. People don't believe it. They say, "Oh, they burned the records." Well, honey, I'm so glad they didn't burn all of them. I mean, that's for real. And people ask, "Oh, you believe them records? You believe the shit you read out them books? Why shouldn't I believe my family records?" Because half of the people you talk to can't go back past 1800, and that's when the colonizers, they was what. So but okay. So now we did let me see here, wait a minute. We did the history of the Barbadians. Okay, we did. Now we want to do this part. All right, we're gonna go with shout out to OTK and Dobbins. Those my cousin, but they put me on to the Goose Creek men. And they just always brag about the Goose Creek man. Hell, I say, what the hell is a Goose Creek man? Anybody ever heard them say the Goose Creek man? Huh? Anybody? I mean, hey y'all, it's time out for the bullshit. I mean, I found out who the Goose Creek man is. Okay, fascinating stories about the Goose Creek man. Anybody ever looked up the Goose Creek man? I promise y'all, if y'all start doing your research, you'll be all right. We got to do our research. And like you say, all of these people still in our family. I'm sure. I'm sure. We had some Africans come through Barbados. I'm sure some of us did. Like you just showed. Uh, uh, Now I'm gonna start with. I'm missing one though. Seems like somewhere. I think I'm missing one. I really, really do. Okay, but I'm gonna go with this. Okay, here we go. It's called the Founding Fathers. When told me I looked and Goose Creek runs into Union County. That's all you found. That's all you found. So wonder if Goose Creek men are in the history of the old. Okay, check this out. See what it say. The founding fathers of the Deep South. This is There's a picture of this, and it says the St. James Goose Creek Church off Vestry Lane is designed with Barbadian architect. See, and people say, well, how you get these buildings over here like Spanish, or how you get these? Okay, we was colonized by these people. When these people came here, they put their buildings in place. They came here and they made sure that they brought their English, the way things looked over there, they wanted to replicate it and recreate it over here. That's why they was naming places over here where they left from for familiarity. This is how it is. It is. Let me see. Where is this one piece of paper here? What it says? Let me make sure I got that. Says that when they get to a place, what they do. I hope I got it right here. But listen, let me go on the front, finish this out. Okay, so Goose Creek Mayor Michael Hessler introduced a new take on local history in the public for the first time on February 21st, 2014. The mayor of Goose Creek did this. This is his writing, okay? Goose Creek, Goose Creek men were the founding fathers of the Deep South. That's what Hessler told a group of military officers, Association of American members gathered at an American Legion, Post 166. The forefathers of the Deep South were English plantation owners who came to Goose Creek from their Barbados colonies. The Barbadian values they implemented on the Deep South were, listen to this, y'all. See if y'all gonna catch this. And they but two I don't know how many y'all in here. They be fucking with my numbers. I ain't gonna even play with them numbers no more. But the Barbadian values they implemented on the Deep South were the mores of an elite class. Y'all heard that? How they put that in there? See, I know a nigga named Sakima Bay, and that nigga say that More is the secret way that they hide Moors. And in the preamble of the Constitution, that nigga said that the more perfect union, that means them. See, so right here, this mayor just whoever did this writing, they just slid that right on in there, because an average Joe reading this would not recognize because they don't know who Moors is. But how he put it in here, he put it small Mores. And the way you read it, how in the world could you not? Look, he said the Barbadian value they implemented on the Deep South was the Moors of an elite class ruling over a great amount of servants. What that sound like to you? So I'm saying, I mean, you can't miss it if you know that Africa Moors is in the midst of you. How in the hell could you miss him? No, Mores. Absolutely, yeah, yeah. They left him. They left him going back over there, but they already. Yeah, they probably was the same. Probably was the same Africans left came left. You know what I'm saying? So you got. Let me see, where was that? So excuse me, the Barbadian. Okay, right there. With no middle class, they didn't have no middle class. They just had them, the Barbadian rulers, and the servants. No middle class, period. Okay? So Hessler said, these men controlled Goose Creek for the area first 50 years. Did you know that? First 50 years it was controlled by the Goose Creek man. And I mean, I've heard that so many times, and it intrigued me. It intrigued me to want to know what is up, because I hear how, just it's just like, yeah, I want to know what this is all about. Now I know. I couldn't keep it to myself. Listen. The arrival, they arrived by sea in 1670 and 1671. After a brief season on the banks of the Ashley River, they explored beyond the thin, salty shores of the Charleston Peninsula and claimed the forests and wetlands, water. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It intrigued me because I ain't never even been to the wetlands or do nothing about water and irrigate. Just I don't know none of that kind of stuff. But I've heard OTK and it be intriguing me. So this is why I got on this here right here. And now I see, okay, the wetlands bounding a broad stately creek, later named Goose Creek in southern Berkeley County. Yes, sis. Yeah, they got it right here too. Okay, so this planning community, they called it a planning community. They came and brought it to America, to South Carolina, right? Dominated the Indian animal skin and slave trade and created poxy. Check this out, y'all. This is where sound like to me the Native American came in at. It said that they created poxy Native American armies. Ooh. We talking about some Barbadian Africans now. Let's be clear. This is the mayor too. This is the mayor of Goose Creek. So these people, they dominated the Indian animal skin and slave trade and created a proxy Native American army. They came here to make money, Hessler said. Other North American settlers came for reasons such as religious freedom, replicating rural English. See, that's what I said, replicating rural English manor life. They was replicating the life they had over there to over here. Seeking liberty and freedom or seeking the wilderness to escape persecution, Hetzler said, the mayor. Barbadian settlers did not share Lord Anthony Ashley Cooper's dream of a perfect society, but rather wanted to make their own fortune at any cost. Y'all with me? According to an essay by Henry Frazier, see, we can look at these things up and find out. That's what I do. I verify stuff. A Barbados ambassador and University of West Indies professor who visited Goose Creek recently. The Spanish pushed in from Florida. This is how they did it, y'all. Listen. The French settled Mississippi. I be saying this all the time. The Goose Creek men were the tip of the spear of the British Empire, Hessler said. Barbadian settlers did not share. Oh, I said that. Oh, wait a minute. I said something else. Okay. I was somewhere else. Okay. Barbadian settlement did not share internet. Rather one second. Okay, the Spanish pushed in from Florida. I told you that. The Barbados economy had great influence earned on the backs of slaves. Y'all hear that, right? They had great influence on the backs of slaves. Okay? The Barbados colonists were known to live ostentatious. If y'all don't know what that word is, look it up, please. 'Cause I ain't gonna stop right now and look it up, but I will. Ostentatious, wealthy life. That means they was the shit, huh? If you will. That's how sound like to me. If they were wealthy, they probably was. You know how wealthy people are. You could just imagine, right? They say Barbados was the oldest, richest, and most densely populated colony in British America. It earned a reputation for immorality, arrogance, and excesses of its leaders. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Y'all see what I'm talking about, right? A gentry here does live far better than do ours in England. They say they live better where there than they do in England. Philosopher John Locke said, adding, they endeavor to rule all. Talking about the Barbadians. Okay? Captain Thomas Waldup wrote in his ship log, cabin log, upon all the, yeah, this is the one I wanted you to listen to. Check this out. Upon all the new settlements the Spanish do make, the first thing they do is build a church. Remember this, y'all. A lot of these churches built most likely by the Spanish in the time of the Spanish rule. And the first thing that the Dutch should do, see, they don't talk about the Dutch, but that's the French, right? That's the French, right? French, Dutch, they're the same people, right? A lot of these people are the same. They said the first thing they do upon a new colony is build them a fort. So it could be safe to say half of these forts that's built up over the place was doing their rule. Would you say? I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know nothing. I'm not teaching y'all nothing. I'm reading, right? Okay. And then it says, but be it in the most remote part of the world, or amongst the most barbarians, is to set up a tavern. This is the barbarian. I mean the Barbadian. See, they put that barbarians up in there, and it really fit for Barbadians to me right now. To set up a tavern, a drinking house, which was considered as a whorehouse. This is what the Barbadians did when they came to settle. So Hessler also cited a historic document that says the Goose Creek men would not do anything without a bottle of rum. They're drinkers, in other words. Barbados is about half the size of Berkeley County, Herschler said. When rum became the industry planters looked for places to grow sugarcane. In Colin Woodward's 2012 book, American Nations, he writes, those immigrants to Carolina were the sons and grandsons of the founders of Barbados, the richest and the most horrifying society in the English speaking world. That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy. That's who came to South Carolina. Let's be clear, this is what they're saying. He said the sons and the grandsons of the English who settled Barbados took their agriculture to Goose Creek. Hessler said this concept originated from the Woodland book, but he said Woodland gets it wrong in saying the men were from Charleston. He said they landed in Charleston, but they settled in Goose Creek, Hessler said. Those were the guys who came from Barbados. I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing. Because nobody else will. I give them information, they won't put it out there. They'll sit on it. So the mayor say, what bothers me is the Greek Goose Creek men were the founding fathers of the Deep South. Intellectually, I'm proud. Emotionally, I'm ashamed. Hessler said the Deep South turned slavery into racism. Before that, the Irish and the Scots were slaves. Then Indians was used as slaves. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We getting that, y'all. Then Indians was used as slaves. Let's see, what was that? We know a lot of bad things happen in the Deep South, Hessler said. We are some. What are some good things that come from the Deep South? The noble second sons brought knighthood. Y'all hear this? The noble's second son brought knighthood. He telling you the good stuff that happens in the South, right? Lobbied Parliament for privileges. They wanted privileges. Sent their children to England for schools. Imposed wondrous property requirements to vote. They wanted to vote. Used indentured servants until no more dared immigrant. Used Scottish and Irish prisoners of war until the supply vanished. And kidnapped children until the word Barbados in the 17th century meant the same as Shanghai in the 20th century. And somebody needs to break that down and tell me what that means. Because I think Shanghai was somehow in China that wasn't good about their children. And they said these people here was kidnapping children, and it was just Barbados. It was, I don't understand. Okay. Woo child, listen. The Goose Creek men created a carbon copy of the West Indian slave state left behind in Barbados. Y'all with me? Five of y'all up in here, they say. I have to shout you out by numbers because I don't know who in here. I know, the few that is, but um, they had opportunities for anonymous profits by creating an unadulterated slave society that spread it across Carolina. Listen at this, y'all. They spread it across Carolina, lowlands, overwhelmed the utopia colony of Georgia, and spanned the dominant cultures of Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, eastern Texas, and Arkansas, western Tennessee, North Florida, and southeastern North Carolina. Listen, y'all. I hope our five is getting this, because if five of y'all know this, I hope y'all stop some of the bullshit that's getting taught around here about us being African and Africans not being here like that. Because they here. They here. They all over this place. Okay? Just remember these states I just told you when you think that they just was in South Carolina. Okay? Because when the next document I'm gonna read gonna clarify some more stuff. Shout out to you, Enoch, for the fire emoji. Thank you, love. Okay, so now the culture, whose culture? The culture they implanted was based on radical disparities in wealth and entrenched wide disparities in power. They were commanded by a teeny elite, demanding total obedience and enforced by state sponsored terror. Mm. They were set on a collision course with the communities of the North. Remember the North and the South? Come on. And divided the United States to this day. Hessler said this, the mayor said this in 2014, y'all. I ain't saying this. I ain't making none of this up. You can't make this shit up. When you got Moorish Africans in the midst of you that done slid in by way of what they call the Caribbeans, but they didn't mention the Barbadians. Okay, where am I here? Okay, they, okay, okay, there we go. We're going to the next page. Next, here we go, y'all. We in it. We getting ready to end. We getting ready to end, okay? I ain't gonna be with you long. Just want to get this information out here, because I can't go to sleep with it in my soul. Like I say, I give people stuff for them to do it, and I be seeing if they gonna do stuff, but they don't do it. So this is if I gave it to somebody, what nobody gonna talk about it but me. Just like we're gonna do that white man Bible too, because it's gonna correlate with this. Because like I said, he got four people in mind, and I got the same four people in mind. Okay, so now this is another article that I found on the Goose Creek men. I told you I was fascinated. A fascinating story about the Goose Creek men. The first 4 decades of Carolina have been called the age of the Goose Creek men. An influential political faction of Barbados planters who settled in Goose Creek, a community just north of Charleston. A decade before Carolina was founded, white servants who had satisfied the condition of their indenture, small planters, craftsmen, and the sons of large planters left Barbados. Some of them returned to England. Others ventured to other Caribbean islands and North America colonies, right? At Carolina, some of them first settled in 1665. That's a timeline for you to look and find your relatives to see if yours came anyway in Carolina around that time, right? At the Cape Fear River. Then by 1670 at Goose Creek, 5 years later. These veteran farmers and explorers brought with them slaves, the parish system. That's what I want to say. Remember, the parish system is down there where in Louisiana and Texas and stuff, right? Remember when I read that and they said they covered all those territories? Okay? So, and they brought the Anglican Church, y'all. They brought okay? And as the colony was being established, these independent and confident settlers were the kind of people, the proprietors. Now, mind you, they had already had a government called the proprietors, right? The proprietors had encouraged to join the colony to increase its chances of its success. But these settlers soon formed the core of the political dissent. From 1670 to 1712, the Goose Creek men saw the proprietors as their allies in the colony as a threat to the way they wanted to do business. After all, they came to Carolina for one purpose only, to make money. And they did not want anyone, not even the government, to interfere with their ability to profit from the illegal Indian slave trade or do business with pirates. Y'all with me? Do I need to read that again? They said they came here to make money and do business. And listen, we talking about in 1600s. This was the mindset of these Barbadian Africans. Okay, it says that they wanted, I'm going to read that again. It says to make money, and they did not want anyone, not even the government, to interfere with their ability to profit from the illegal Indian slave trade or do business with the pirates. So they had the pirates in their pocket, right? Including the gentleman pirate Stead Bonnet, Bonnet. Look him up, Stead. So check this out. Women in Goose Creek community were also active in politics. One observer at the time said, the women of the town of Goose Creek are turned politicians also and have a club where they meet weekly. It was highly unusual and progressive at the time for women to be so politically engaged. As tensions mounted, the proprietors initiated efforts to entice new settlers into the colony for the dual purpose of making a profit and lessening the political influence of the unruly Barbadians. African Barbadians, y'all. The drive to diversify the colony brought in Quakers, Huguenots. There you go. Come on. English Baptists and Scottish Presbyterians. Many came as indentured servants, pushing the colony's population to about 2,500 by 1685. As members of the Church of England, the Goose Creek men resented these outsiders, they're finna be pissed. They resented the outsiders and did not support the idea of religious freedom that attracted the newcomers to the Carolinas. The proprietors also removed Goose Creek men from appointed government positions, but the political cunning Goose Creek men were able to gain de facto control. Y'all know what de facto means, right? They stole it. They stole it. They stole the vote. They stole the vote. De facto control of the colony in 1690 through the Common House of the Assembly, in which they held a majority. By 1719, colonists mounted a bloodless coup. They're going another coup d'etat, right? Against the proprietors that placed Carolina on the path of becoming a colony controlled by the British government by 1721. The change from proprietary rule to the royal government did not solve all of the Goose Creek men's problems. Issues of currency, political presentation, representation, and taxation. Now remember that. Y'all remember that scene that happened when they said that what was it, the Sundry Moors Act of the Carolinas? And they was mad because they were saying something and the 14th Amendment and all that. See, that's about these Africans, y'all. It had nothing to do with the Indians. It had nothing to do with us till we was messed in there by these documents, by what these census and moving us around, right? But the, the de facto government, they was under the British rule by 1721. The change from proprietary rule to the royal government did not solve all the Goose Creek men's problems. They had the currency, they wanted representation because they figured taxation without representation. Y'all remember that scene. Um, then it says, continue to trouble the people from Goose Creek. Their descent became part of an even wider call for independence. Okay, remember the independence, right? Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with us. That was these slaves, these African Barbadians that was going through this. A half century after the Goose Creek men defeated the proprietors, their sons and daughters raised their voices in the 1776 revolution. Y'all see what I'm saying? That was not us. This was Goose Creek sons and daughters from Barbados. They got us mixed up with these people and giving us their history and telling us we're them, and it's confusing. That's why I say we got to know our genealogy. We got to know who's who in the midst of us. And I'm gonna leave with the signers of the Constitution, of the U.S. Constitution. See if you have your name. See if you find your folks. Because we all had major people in our family tree that played major roles in all of this. And now that I see all these Moors really in the land and they're really African, y'all, it makes a difference. So the signers, number one is George Washington. Number two is Benjamin Franklin. And then I'm going to say where they're from too. Virginia is Washington. Franklin is Pennsylvania. Madison, Virginia. Hamilton, Alexander in New York. What's this? Governor Morrison of Pennsylvania. Robert Morris of Pennsylvania. James Wilson of Pennsylvania, Charles Pinckney of Coltsworth, South Carolina. And then we got another Charles Pinckney of South Carolina. Rutledge John, South Carolina. Butler Pierce, South Carolina. A lot of South Carolina. Sherman Roger, Connecticut. William Johnson, Samuel, Samuel William Johnson, Connecticut. And that was Roger Sherman. I said his name backwards, my bad. James McHenry of Maryland. Find your name, find your people. George Reed of Delaware. Richard Bassett of Delaware. Richard Splatt, Spaight of North Carolina. William Blunt, I think I done heard that name, of North Carolina. Dang, I got a couple of them. Turn it over, I can't see it. I see two of them, I can't see y'all. Rufus King of Massachusetts. Nathaniel Gorham of Massachusetts. Jonathan Dayton of New Jersey. Daniel Carroll of Maryland. William Few of Georgia. Abraham Baldwin of Georgia. John Langdon, New Hampshire. Nicholas Gilman of New Hampshire. William Livingston of New Jersey. William Patterson of New Jersey. Mifflin, Thomas Mifflin of Pennsylvania. George Clymer of Pennsylvania. Thomas Fitzsimon of Pennsylvania. Jared Ingersoll, I've seen that name before, of Pennsylvania. Gunning Bedford, Delaware. David Brealey, New Jersey. John Dickerson, Delaware. John Blair, Virginia. And Jacob Broome of Delaware. Those are the names of signers of the Constitution, which on September 17, 1787, the delegates of the Constitutional Convention met to sign the document they had created to replace the Articles of Confederation. Of the 55 people who attended the convention, only 39 signed on the document. Some left as the convention progressed, whereas others refused to sign in protest. Since Rhode Island refused to send a delegate, no representative from Rhode Island signed the document. In addition to the 39 delegates, the convention secretary, William Jackson, also signed the document, not as a delegate, but as an attestation of the documentation signing. The Constitution was finally adopted in the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia and later ratified by the Special Convention. In each of the then existing 13 Americas, it ain't got nothing to do with no 52 states. Today, the United States Constitution is the supreme law of the United States of America, which is, they have made all of us be part of their corporation. It's wrong. It's wrong, y'all. And I think I'll end right there, you guys. I just wanted to get this out here because, I mean, we need to know where these people came from, in my opinion. And we need to know who's working against us and who's for us. Because I see a lot of snakes in the grass. And they be raising their head. They really, really do. Yeah, I believe the morals of all of those. Let's see. The aristocrats, yeah, the elite, yeah, all of that. Boy, Cooper's related to that dude. Well, y'all, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I hope y'all got something out of the bill. I hope it clear. Did it clarify anything? Y'all give me some. Maybe two of y'all, three of y'all in the chat. Let me know. Did it clarify some stuff or did it confuse? Absolutely, it is. It's time to create our own business of everything. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. I mean, hey, um, all I can do is come on here and share my findings because I'm always researching, y'all. I'm not, I don't need nobody to help me make content. I got plenty of content. I be need somebody to help me put it out there. So if anybody got a chat, anybody got a page and you need some more information, oh, I don't have a problem giving you some. I don't have a problem giving you some. And like I said, I see they over there talking about Seiko. I gave them brothers who went to Atlanta the opportunity to go right over there to Spelman College to see him. They could have talked to that brother and found out really what he was about on Friday. Then nobody even say, I'm like, what are we gonna do? I mean, you ain't gotta like me to do the work. You ain't gotta like me to do the business. But if you were coming to Atlanta, yeah, I'm talking about it. You were coming to Atlanta for the Great Atlanta Tour that's supposed to happen in 2017, 18. Chief Holiday. Yeah. So I don't know whether y'all got it or not, but I hope y'all didn't. The reason I hope y'all ain't just being mean to me. Because I was trying to get y'all to go and be in place, boots on the ground. Let's get it done. Somebody got to do it. We got to get off these damn internet. And I wasn't able to go. So to see them on the TV talking about it, I felt some kind of way. I was like, damn, y'all had the opportunity to be right there at that man. Right at Spelman College, where they go to college to decide what name they're going to call us. Because I didn't want to go by myself anyway, because I had to went, it would have been trouble, because I was already looking at the flyer crazy, because the flyer got black this, black that, native this, African American, you know what I'm saying? So I already was going up in there fired up if I could have made it. So it certainly would have been a great thing to come back and speak about that to me, and I gave the opportunity to the brothers. I've given a lot of brothers opportunity with work, just like that white man Bob I gave the key, because I was hoping he'd take it and use it. Literally, put this information out here. Why are we not? We have got to expose what needs to be exposed. And I ain't scared of a damn or none about nobody, but I just try to be honorable. I try to give people opportunity to do this work themselves. So, like I said, y'all, do your work, do your homework, do your research. Don't keep letting these Africans call us Africa nothing. Even if I got a drop of African blood in me, that don't make me no daggone African. It's disrespectful when all around us is African, all around us, and they know we ain't them. And it's ridiculous for us to be still sitting here knowing that all of this is happening and we ain't making no moves. Oh, son, y'all see how many people in my chat. I wish I would have a bunch of folks in my chat, body, like they body that raising their hell. And like Enoch say, he's so torn, he be wanting that drama. I be seeing y'all up in there with that drama. Yeah, I be lurking in the bushes. Because I have to know everybody. In the position that the ancestors put me in, I got to know all these niggas. And believe me, I do. I heard an old elder lady name called off this morning that I already know she's a snake. But I gotta let folks crash and burn. I can't tell them. I can't tell them. So, I mean, I'm just a little fed up because too many people still connected to the beats, and I can't resonate with this beast no more. So I know my time is limited because I got to get up out of this beast one way or another. And I ain't talking about financially because I ain't worried about none of this shit. I go in the store and buy my food and I don't even care how much it costs. I just get what I'm getting and get up out of there. And and put whatever card I can in there and whatever one work, whatever don't. I mean, I'm not worried about this beast. But what I am concerned about is doing what I know these ancestors that's on my wall died for. They died for nothing. Because ain't none one of them died of a natural life or old age. They was murdered. You know, they was killed. I ain't censoring my word, YouTube. Y'all censoring me. Y'all keeping me from people people getting this message. But I'm gonna still leave it on file and on record. As long as you exist, YouTube. So I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow with some more. So we're gonna go in the white man's Bible tomorrow. We're gonna see what he said about our enemies and what we need to be doing as a people to make things better for ourselves. I feel if me and you just reconnect our families and our tree, we will be on. Well, what you waiting on? I done called you, Chief. I feel the same way about a lot of people. But it's just like it's too much hate in this place. I don't even feel no love. For real, for real. You've been on it. Okay. But I'm talking about we can't connect unless we talk, cuz. I told everybody I talk to, cuz to me. But they don't want, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like I say, if you don't go back no further than 1800, I don't know why you hating on me. you know, it is what it is. Oh yeah, and I got some stuff on. Just tell y'all a little stuff I'm gonna be doing, just in case you want to stop by. I got some stuff on them babies, on the on all them little Caucasian little babies that grew up to be rulers of the world today. That's gonna be good too. And yeah, so I probably come on, like I said, get back on tomorrow and do some of that Bible stuff for the white man. When I say Bible, I know nigga thinking Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like every time you say the white man Bible, they think, oh, you must be talking about, you know what I'm saying? They get all disbogulated, their face go crowning up. But I pass it out to everybody. I tell them to go look at it. So y'all have a good night. Let me see. I'm gonna play my song. I guess I'll play my song. Don't nobody else play my song. Shout out to Draco. It's still the best song in the world, Dre. I promise you it is. And I still love it. Shout out to all the mama chiefs. As I've always been, it's dedicated to all the real mama chiefs and the papa chief. Ain't no doubt about it. We ain't playing. Yeah.
Shout out to the mama chief. Yeah, you be quiet when Big Mama speak. What she gave us is a part of me. It flows through my arteries.
Great continuation, y'all. Rest well. Have a great night.
Mama's boy, yeah, you know, my pride and joy. Soul food, yeah, you know.
know, I'm an enjoy. Calm you down just by the sound of a voice. There isn't another feeling.
Oh, you still here, Goddess? What's up, girl? I thought you was gone. They messing with my number.
She can lead you down the road, but she can give you the ground. Where you think I get
Thank y'all so much.
I need a side of ice cream with lemons and pie. You know, for sure for Mama Chief, you know I'm a ride. Cause we all need a Mama Chief. Yeah, we all love a Mama Chief. The greatness, the patience, the foundation, the knowledge passed down so many generations. Our motivation. I just want to thank you for my creation. Cause we all love a Mama Chief. Yeah, we all need a Mama Chief. Yeah, we all rap for Mama Chief. The dedication. I seen your tears at my graduation. Now
Look forward to it, love.
The reason I'm one of the greatest. Yeah, because we all need a Mama Chief. Yeah, we all love a Mama Chief. Yeah, we all rap for Mama Chief. Now be quiet, let Big Mama speak.
Hey, y'all. I want to tell y'all, go back and check out the bill from last night I had. If you didn't get a chance to, I had a phone call conversation, me and Shaq, with a young lady, and she's a stunt Christian. She's a young girl, but she's very strong. We had a very good conversation with her, and it was very. I got a message early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, about that bill, and and my brother was like, "Oh, I wish I should have been there. I should have been there." So it must have been pretty decent, you guys. So y'all let me know what you think. Y'all come on, thumbs up. I mean not thumbs up. What is it? Thumbs up, thumbs up. That's Vicky Dillon. Yeah, oh, I got 7 likes up in here. Thank y'all so much. Um, so like I said, y'all check my page out. Go and see how long I've been working out here in these YouTube streets. Go check my credibility out. You see what I'm saying? Don't go check me out. I ain't playing. I ain't never played on this internet. I ain't never on this internet. So yeah, yeah. So y'all have a great night. Okay, I'm gonna try to get off this internet. Thank y'all so much for 2 hours here with me. Great continuation. I hate to end it up with my face on the screen. Come on.